Several individuals nominated for key positions in Donald Trump's cabinet have found themselves targeted with credible threats of violence. These threats have not only disrupted their personal lives, but have also raised alarms about the security measures in place for public officials. The nature of these threats varies, but they all share a common goal: to instill fear and disrupt the functioning of the government. These threats, ranging from bomb scares to acts of intimidation, have raised serious concerns about the safety of public officials. The authorities are on high alert, and security protocols have been significantly tightened to ensure the safety of those serving in the government. The impact of these threats extends beyond the individuals targeted, affecting their families and colleagues as well. The timing of these threats, shortly after Trump's return to the political forefront, has fueled speculation that they are politically motivated. Many believe that these actions are attempts to undermine the administration and create a climate of fear. The political landscape has become increasingly polarized, and these threats are a stark reminder of the challenges faced by those in public service. Law enforcement agencies, including the FBI, are treating these threats with the utmost seriousness, deploying resources to identify those responsible. Investigations are ongoing, and there is a concerted effort to bring the perpetrators to justice. The collaboration between different law enforcement agencies is crucial in addressing this issue effectively. The American people deserve a government free from fear and intimidation. It is essential to uphold the principles of democracy and ensure that public officials can perform their duties without the threat of violence. The resilience of the nation is being tested, but the commitment to justice and security remains unwavering. The recent wave of threats has targeted prominent figures in Trump's inner circle, individuals who have been entrusted with significant responsibilities in shaping national policies. These threats are not just random acts of violence, but appear to be part of a larger, more sinister pattern. These individuals, who are at the forefront of national decision-making, are facing unprecedented levels of intimidation. Matt Gaetz, who was initially considered for the position of Attorney General, received a chilling threat at his Florida home. The threat was not just a scare tactic, but a direct attempt to instill fear and disrupt his life. Similarly, Lee Zeldin, who was nominated for the role of EPA Administrator, faced a terrifying pipe bomb threat, accompanied by a menacing message. This was a clear attempt to intimidate and silence him. These threats are part of a disturbing pattern of intimidation, aimed at silencing dissenting voices and creating an atmosphere of fear. The goal seems to be to stifle any opposition and maintain control through fear tactics. The targeted individuals, united by their association with Trump, suggest a coordinated campaign to sow fear and disrupt their efforts. This pattern of intimidation is not only alarming but also poses a significant threat to the democratic process. It is essential that these threats are thoroughly investigated and those responsible are held accountable. Only through diligent investigation and accountability can we hope to put an end to this dangerous trend and ensure the safety and security of those who serve in public office. Law enforcement agencies have mobilized to ensure the safety of those targeted and bring the perpetrators to justice. The FBI, leading the response, is working closely with local and state agencies to gather evidence and apprehend those responsible. Explosives detection units have been deployed to the homes and offices of those targeted, providing a vital layer of protection. The swift response from law enforcement sends a clear message that threats against public officials will not be tolerated. The wave of threats has been met with defiance and gratitude from the Trump administration and targeted individuals. Caroline Leavitt, a spokesperson for the Trump transition team, condemned the threats and vowed they would not deter the administration. Lee Zeldin thanked the FBI and local law enforcement for their efforts to ensure his safety. Matt Gaetz declared that these cowardly acts would not deter him from fighting for his beliefs. The reactions underscore the importance of protecting public officials from violence and intimidation. The recent threats against Trump's cabinet picks are part of a concerning trend of increasing violence against public officials. This alarming rise in hostility is not limited to one administration or political party. It spans across various levels of government, affecting local, state, and federal officials alike. This trend reflects the deep political divisions and societal tensions in American society. The polarization has reached a point where civil discourse is often replaced by aggressive confrontations and threats. Since the tumultuous 2020 election, there has been a marked increase in threats directed at election officials and representatives. These threats have ranged from online harassment to physical intimidation, creating a climate of fear and uncertainty. Social media has exacerbated this trend, providing a platform for hate speech and calls to violence. The anonymity and reach of these platforms have emboldened individuals to express their anger and frustration in harmful ways. This toxic environment has made it increasingly difficult for public officials to carry out their duties without fear of reprisal. Many officials now require additional security measures, and some have even considered stepping down from their positions to protect themselves and their families. The impact of these threats extends beyond the individuals targeted, undermining the very foundations of democratic governance.